Hey there, are you ready to take your IELTS essay from just okay to absolutely unforgettable? Today, we're going to break down a super simple grammar trick that turns those weak-sounding opinions into powerful, high-scoring arguments. Let's jump right in.
So take a look at this sentence. I bet you've probably written something kind of like this before. Grammatically, it's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but it just feels a little weak, doesn't it? Sometimes good doesn't exactly scream conviction, and that's not going to wow any IELTS examiners.
So, the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we take that timid little statement and give it some real power, some real conviction? The whole key here is showing the examiner that you have a clear, strong point of view. And the answer, your secret weapon, is a powerful and really simple tool you already know: modal verbs. Seriously, these little words are going to give your writing so much more authority and nuance. So, what even are they? Well, just think of modal verbs as helper verbs. They're like little volume knobs for your opinion. They team up with your main verb to show the examiner exactly how strong your belief is. Are you just suggesting something, or are you saying it's an absolute must? Modals are what tell us. Now, we're going to focus on the absolute essentials, the big three for any opinion essay: could, should, and must. I promise you, getting a handle on just these three words will completely change how you write. Okay, and this is really crucial. You can't just use these words interchangeably. They all live on a spectrum of strength, and knowing which one to pick for the right moment is the key to building a really smart, sophisticated argument. This table lays it all out perfectly. You see could over there on the lighter end. That's for suggesting a possibility. Then you have should, which is right in the middle. This is going to be your best friend, your go-to for making a strong recommendation. And then you've got must. That's the heavyweight. You save that one for when you believe something is an absolute, non-negotiable necessity. Let's zoom in on could. You want to use this when you're putting an idea forward as one of several good options. It's a bit more gentle, right? It shows the examiner you've thought about different angles. It basically says, hey, here is one really good path we could take. Now for should, this is where you really plant your flag. When you use should, you're making a clear judgment. You're not just tossing an idea out there, you are actively recommending it because you believe it's the best course of action. Honestly, this is your workhorse for a Band 7 essay and higher. And finally, must. This is your power move. You save must for the arguments you feel are just critically important, the ones that are super urgent. Using must tells the examiner that, from your perspective, there's really no other logical or moral choice. You got to use it wisely, but when you do, it has a huge impact. Okay, that's enough theory. Let's actually see the magic happen. We're going to take that original, wimpy sentence and see how these modals can totally transform it.
Remember this one? It is sometimes good. It just sounds so hesitant, almost like you're apologizing for having an opinion. It doesn't really inspire confidence, does it? Okay, now keep that in mind.
And now look at that transformation. See how we chop away all that weak, fluffy phrasing on the left and get straight to a direct, powerful statement on the right? Governments could, should, must invest. Right away, it's clearer, it's stronger, and it's a much better foundation for our argument. So let's look at the could version. This is a solid point. It presents arts funding as a really valid way to foster creativity, but it doesn't shut down other government priorities. It's a thoughtful, reasonable suggestion. It's good.
Now watch what happens when we level up to should. The power instantly increases. This is a firm recommendation. We're basically telling the examiner, hey, we believe this investment isn't just an option, it's a vital action for preserving our culture. Now that is a much stronger argument.
And now for the most powerful version. By using must and connecting it to a huge idea like the bedrock of national identity, we've made an urgent, compelling case. This argument feels non-negotiable. It's a bold statement that absolutely demands the examiner's attention. So this is all great, but how do you actually use this when you're under pressure in the real exam? Well, the key is to have a simple, clear process you follow every single time you state an opinion. And here it is, your three-step plan. Every time you write an opinion, just do this quick check. Step 1, what's my core idea? Step 2, how strongly do I feel about it? Am I making a could, a should, or a must point? And step 3, write that full sentence with all that newfound conviction. It's a tiny check that makes a huge difference. So as we wrap this up, I want you to think about your own writing. Think about the practice essays you're working on right now.
Which of your arguments could you immediately make stronger with a could, a should, or a really powerful must? The tool's in your hands now. Go make your arguments count.